to She Did That, the podcast that celebrates the women shaping the promotional products industry, one bold idea, one fearless leap, and one inspiring story at a time.
I'm sorry, that was me.
Who are you today? Be whoever you want. Who are you today?
Who am I today? My name is Emily Codner. I think I'm not Taylor Swift, although I kind of wish I were. But I am here with my fantastic co-host, Amelia Model. Every episode, we will be chatting with trailblazers, innovators, and everyday boss babes who are making big waves in our industry, one product, one pitch, and one bold move at a time.
And with that, our guest today is none other than the fabulous Lindsay Bons, Senior Business Development Manager at IDLine. She's got a story worth hearing, a journey worth celebrating, and you guessed it, she did that.
Welcome, Lindsay. Thank you for joining us today. While Amelia and I know what a brilliant and talented woman you are, why don't you introduce yourself and tell our audience how you got into the promotional products industry?
Yes. So like they said, my name is Lindsay Bons and I work for IDLine. I oversee all of our new business development. So I'm going out meeting new customers, and then I do run national accounts too. So that's where you'll see me. I'm on the road pretty often. So I've met a lot of people in this industry, which has been amazing. One of my favorite parts about being in promo. And what got me into this industry was actually just a job on ZipRecruiter. My fiance moved us from Wisconsin to Minnesota, so not a huge move, but I didn't really know anyone. So I went online and found the job. So that's the story into promo. I know there's some deeper dive questions.
That's awesome. That kind of leads me into the first question is, when was the moment you decided you wanted to do this? I think it was you. I'm going to throw a little sidebar in here. I think it was you we were talking to when I saw you at a show. You mentioned ZipRecruiter. A bunch of us were talking about how we fell into the industry and we're like, monster, career builder. And all of the younger folk at the table were like, what are those? And we were just like, oh, God, we're so old.
Anybody know what Craigslist is, by the way? Is that anybody heard that one?
Yes, somebody in the industry found their job on Craigslist, and that's another story that we'll have to go into. And I was like, whoa, scary, scary.
We are aging ourselves here now.
You could get a dog sitter. You could get a great promotional products professional on Craigslist, I guess. So,
was this the first job?
Yes, this is my first job post college. So I had internships and things, but yes, this is my first career. So I absolutely love it. I will probably never leave.
Okay. So was there a certain moment when you got into this industry and started and you're like, okay, I'm going to stay. I'm not just going to write out my 30 days. This is it. I'm going to hang out.
I think what it comes down to is in promo, like many people sell the same type of product. So it comes down to the sales rep. So you're building relationships and it's you that's the differentiator. And I love people. So networking and being there to be able to talk about product is great. But at the end of the day, there's not many decision making besides working with this person or working with that person. So it really does come down to the people. And that's my favorite part about promo is the people.
Yay.
You are definitely a people person and you are everywhere lately. And I love that for you. What change or impact do you think you've made in the industry so far?
So some changes or impact that I've made would be at the regional level. I started a young professionals group at my regional. It has branched to Emily's regional now. And there is another one coming also that I have a hand in. So that's the big thing. So with that young professionals committee, I created a committee at the UMAP level, which is my regional association. And we have a committee that's put together that then puts on events that are geared towards young professionals. So it's not a hard line at that 40 years old or whatever it might be for professionals. But
so some of us who hop in these and just kind of sit there like, hi, don't mind me.
But it's the content that's just geared towards people starting out in their career. So some people still might get benefit from that. I know there's a lot of people that come into promo as their second career. I don't want to discourage them from joining, but it's just the community to have conversations. And get to know people that are more than just customer facing. I know most of the customer facing people when I'm out and about, but I don't know the people in the back end or the people that are in finance, the people that are in HR, whatever it might be. Like I want to hear their perspective also. So that's the whole piece of the young professionals, is to get those people together. And now the PBAI is doing a great job at the national, international level of creating the young professionals track as well. So it's all coming.
Love that.
I love that too. And I'm aged out because I'm beyond the 40 year. But I did encourage my regional younger people to be like, let's look into this as something that would work for you guys. So I'm trying to get them in that direction.
And it's so important too, just sorry to interrupt. It's so important too, because if they're having a good experience, they'll tell their friends and they'll continue bringing more blood into our little promo family that we have going on here, which is so special in its own way.
Yep. Hotel California and promo.
No kidding.
Yep. So Lindsay, beyond all the amazing things that we see you do on the road, you were recently recognized as the PPAI Rising Star in 2024. What advice would you give to your peers in order to achieve this accomplishment?
Yes. Something that I would say is be okay being uncomfortable. As a guy, I put myself in a lot of situations. I know everyone says that, but actually doing it and trying to do it at least like once a day, of making yourself a little uncomfortable or pushing your boundaries, is how I would say that I achieved that goal. It's like obviously we just talked about it. I came out of college, so I've had a short promo career, but the impact has been great in my opinion, my own opinion. But with that, some other things is lean on your relationships. You would not know how much knowledge someone else has until you start asking those questions. And it's okay to ask silly questions like how to do in the industry, because sometimes it will just open up the person to continue to share. And taking those risks, so being uncomfortable taking risks, it's like you can try something, and if it doesn't work, don't do it again. But you never know until you try it. It's like I personally work for a family business that has done things similar, or they have decided to do different things throughout the years, but that doesn't say you can't try it again. I was like, because it's been similar people the whole time, there's not that much change in personnel. Like it's okay to try it again. So I'd say, yeah, take those risks, be uncomfortable, and rely on all those relationships that you have.
I love that. And there really are no stupid questions. I mean, there are, but there aren't, because if you don't know or you ask, there could be somebody else in the room that might be too shy to ask, that's not ready to make themselves uncomfortable yet. So
yes, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we're all here to support each other. You know, that again, promo special, we're a small family. Everybody knows everybody. So,
and even if it was a silly question, that person's not going to remember you asked it a week from now, or even the next day. So like,
or they might say, I asked that same question umpteen years ago, but yeah, I mean, I heard this a lot at LDW last year, that I don't want to say the young kids, but the young professionals were like, we don't know what we don't know. And I'm like, that's so simple. Yeah. How could you? You've only been in here for a minute. How would you know? So if you don't ask, you're not going to know. So just ask.
Exactly.
Or rate us with questions.
And different people have different perspectives. So even if I asked you two the same question, they're going to have very different responses than if I ask someone that then is a supplier, because you're a distributor and service provider. So just the different questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So since Amelia and I have kind of aged ourselves out a little bit and, all that good stuff, why don't you tell us what's one tool, app, or resource that you swear by?
Yes, I have a lot of different tools and apps that I use. I was like, most recently, I've been using a lot of AI. I know that's the hot topic right now, but it helps either get you started, or once you started, get you to the finish line, which I have found. And getting good at prompting, like a ChatGPT, a Copilot, those kind of things, that's where I've learned a lot, is how are you prompting it to make sure you're getting the right answer. Something that's a little bit more easy to use than too is I use Adobe Express a lot. It's just similar to Canva. So you can get in there. I use that with my regional, especially when I'm creating different campaigns or art and that kind of stuff. Adobe Express also has AI built in, just like Canva does, and you can have it do things for you. So you can highlight a section and say, like, remove this person or add this to it. And it's using AI in those to add or remove different things. And it is saving me a lot of time. So
I love that. And I didn't know that. See?
I know. Even my CRM, so we have HubSpot, but a lot of CRMs are now implementing AI into it too. So let's say Emily is my customer and I can go into her profile and be like, what did she order last? And then when I'm on the phone with her, I know what the last thing she ordered without having to remember every single customer's detailed what they were ordering. So using AI, enhancing what I can do myself.
Wow, that is fantastic. I did not know it could do that. And I usually just use it for copyright, copywriting. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is very cool. All right. Take notes. This
Well,
teaching this old lady a
actually,
new trick.
You could just have AI take notes off of this. So like
I
that's
have
another thing too.
I have had that done. It's a little scary, but it is nice to have a recap at the end of a long conversation. As long as everybody knows that you're recording, just to make sure everybody knows. And then make sure you stop the recording when you go off subject, because if the notes get sent out to people that are no longer on the call, that could be very detrimental for a lot of reasons. So there's my advice. I think you maybe touched on this a little bit, but what advice would you give to young professionals starting out in the promo industry?
The biggest thing that I would say is find a mentor that can help you. I was like, I've used that as one of the tools. So in this industry, there's Promo Kitchen, which is a mentorship program, and that is where I find my mentor. I would probably have not been so successful so far in my career without my mentor. So with that, you can ask them those questions. You can rely on them when it's just I don't really know what to do, or how do I progress in my career? They're there for you. And that is by far one of the best things that I have had in my career so far. So my mentor has not only helped me with the sales aspect, I have a degree in marketing. So marketing is also very interesting to me. And coming from a marketing person to how do you do sales is very different from a salesperson to a salesperson. So I think that is the biggest upper advice that I would give someone is find a mentor. You can use Promo Kitchen. You can find outside mentors. Otherwise, people are willing to help in this industry. That's the big thing. I've asked some of my friends that are outside of this industry, and it's not the same support level that our industry offers. People, even my biggest competitor, I could go ask a question to, and they would answer it honestly. We are so lucky to be in promo that has people like that. So find your mentor, get more than one mentor. So I have a mentor that's in marketing, that's in sales, that's in development, because there's different aspects of my career. And that was a lot of self-reflection to see where I was lacking or the things I didn't know. And having mentors in different disciplines has helped me a lot. And I've even now become a mentor. So we're at the point that I'm also transitioned to have enough knowledge myself to help someone else. So
that is fantastic. Awesome. And shout out to Promo Kitchen. They're great. And that's an amazing program for, people who are starting out or people who've been here for a while. Check it out. It's again, really great. So with that in mind, you kind of given us a little peek about what's going on now, how you got here. So maybe give us a little sneak peek of what's your next bold move.
Yes. I was like, my next bold move. One of them is that next step in the young professionals, expanding it outside of my regional, outside of Emily, now you're regional too. So it's how do you get all of the regionals to have one of those groups that they can feed into the PPAI track? So that's one of the next bold moves. I think the other is I want to take my knowledge and help expand too. So doing things like this, I was like, I might sign up to be a PPAI speaker. Kind of crazy. Like I'm thinking about doing it. So that might be the next bold move. I know. And even if I don't get chosen this year, there's always next year and the year after. So
putting yourself outside of your comfort zone. That's what you're doing.
Exactly.
And if you do it and you hate it, you're like, check that off the bucket list. Done. Never doing it again. Or you're like, I'm in love and I'm not going to sell anymore. I'm going to teach.
Exactly. So those are some next bold moves that I'm planning on. So
I love it. Well, if you do speak, if you do speak, let me know. I'd be happy to come and try and find you and listen to you speak.
No, I don't know what the topic would be. I do love to travel. I know that's not really relevant to this industry, like personal travel, but maybe work-life balance, something like that. Not really sure.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So you mentioned you are very still early on in your career. You're you're a newbie to this industry, even with all the accolades you've done. What do you want to do, or where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes. So right now I do a lot of soul contribution. Something that I would love in the next 5 to 10 years is to lead a team. It's like I like that. Like I like to be able to influence other people and help them grow too. So taking on now that mentee is starting that. I know it's not someone from my own company, but I want to lead people and influence them and be able to have them be as successful or even more successful than I have been in the first couple of years of my career. So that's something big, bold that I would like to do in the next 5 to 10 years. So, and continuing the relationships and growing to maybe be on the PPAI board too. So that's something also. So not just at the regional level, I think at the international level would be cool.
I can see it.
We're going to mark it down. Happened.
Yeah, mark it
Right
here. Lindsay
Yes.
put it out there in the universe, and it's going to happen.
They're going to be like a catch back up with them, or like the whatever it's called of this podcast.
Where are they now?
It's going to be a where are they now? And we can look back.
And we will be your hype girls.
Perfect.
Yeah.
100%. And whoever gets you as their mentor is going to be very lucky to have you, because you are an incredibly amazing angel of a person and we adore you. So thank you for your time today. And for everyone else, thank you for joining us on She Did That. We look forward to seeing you next time. For now, take it in, be inspired, then go do that. See you later.
All right. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you.